Hello everyone, in today's video I'm gonna be turning Ash into the true ninja in space, where you're gonna be going stealth mode, assassinating enemies, room clearing, armor stripping, crowd controlling, everything you would possibly want in a Warframe in one build and in, well, one Warframe. So if that sounds interesting, let's hop into the video. Ash is a Warframe that hasn't really gotten many or sort of any changes in the past couple of months, at least not any significant ones, but I still decided to give him a look because I love his Blade Storm, I love his fourth ability, it is very fun to use, so I focused my build around that. Now, if you wanted a Seeking Shuriken build, I'm sadly gonna have to disappoint you, but there's other videos on YouTube, so you can go and watch that. But the people who are interested in this assassinating Warframe, we're gonna cover the passive and also we're gonna cover the ability. We have the passive. Slash procs that are inflicted by Ash's weapons and abilities deal 25% more damage and last 50% longer. So this is very nice because a lot of things do slash and getting more is very nice. Now, this damage is independent to faction damage bonuses, so it stacks multiplicatively with them, and you can also increase the duration of these slash procs with status duration mods. That's very nice as well. Now, Shuriken is his first ability. You throw 2 shurikens, they deal slash damage. With this augment, Seeking Shuriken, you're able to armor strip enemies, and this is very good. Sadly, it's only single target, so 2 targets get affected, so we're gonna use something much better. But if you're looking for disruption targets level 9099, this is your go-to way. Now, Smokescreen, second ability. This is your survivability and your invisibility. Turns you invisible and stuns the nearby enemies for literally I think a second, if not a little bit less. But it is a very good ability because you're going to be having this active all of the time, and it also reduces the energy cost of your fourth ability. So that is going to be very nice, whilst you're invisible, that is. Now, teleport is it's not that good, honestly. It just teleports you to an enemy and allows you to do a finisher attack on them. There are better abilities than this, and the one that I chose is Silence. Now, Silence from Banshee stuns enemies. Now, for Ash, that's very good because he is very squishy and he can die very easily, because keep in mind, invisibility doesn't equal invincibility. So, teleport is going to get switched out for that. We have an additional mod, Savage Silence. Savage Silence increases your finisher damage on these enemies. This is very nice because his fourth ability, Blade Storm, is affected by finisher damage. Now, what is his fourth ability? You activate this fourth ability, you tag enemies, and once you have finished tagging them, either you run out of energy or you don't want to tag more enemies, or just, I don't know, you decided you don't want to kill anymore, be a pacifist. So when that happens, 2 other clones summon themselves, and your Ash clones attack enemies 3 times with finishers. They deal true damage and also have a guaranteed slash status proc. So that's very nice. What else do we have with this ability? What is the damage affected by? Now, we have ability strength, we have arcanes such as Blade Charger and Fury. With the combo counter is very important, but we're gonna keep this up in a little bit of a mod called the Rising Storm. So this augment mod allows you to keep up your combo counter and also increases your duration. So that's very good. It is also affected by viral, like most things that damage health are. We also have finisher damage, as we mentioned earlier, so there is a decent amount of things you need to look out for. But melee damage mods also increase the actual damage. So finisher damage mods like Finisher Touch, Covert Lethality, Prime Pressure Point is going to be very good as well, and Spoiled Strike. So increasing your damage even better. And also the attack speed matters as well, because the faster your attack speed is, the faster they're going to kill enemies, and the faster you can kill even more enemies. So attack speed is very good. But don't worry about all of this. We have all of this covered in this build. So Ash, Prime build, and Ash build as well. Let's see how it looks like. We have Growing Power in Diora, Blind Rage, Streamline, Rising Storm, Savage Silence, we have Umbral Intensify, Primed Flow, Rolling Guard, Primed Continuity. We also have Arcane Energize and Arcane Fury. We do have Power Drift in Diora slot, Exile slot, there you go, I actually forgot the name. And you can switch out Growing Power for Steel Charge, and you can also switch out Arcane Fury for Molt Augmented as well. It is a personal preference. Molt Augmented could be a little bit better because of the finisher damage increase, the Savage Silence, but it is all up to you. Now, let's move on to the Archon Shards at our disposal. How are we able to armor strip enemies fully? Well, first of all, we have 2 green Archon Shards giving us 4 additional stacks of Corrosive, which is going to allow us to fully armor strip enemies. We have 1 blue one giving us 50 energy, and also 1 red one giving us 15% extra duration. The 5th one is a flex slot, so you can put anything here. You can put a blue one for more energy, you can put a yellow for casting speed, or you can put a red one, for example, power strength or duration. It is completely up to you. Now, the focus skill that I use is Naramon, because even with Rising Storm keeping my combo counter up, I still want to have that additional security with Naramon where the combo counter depletes instead of disappearing completely. Because of our melee weapon and of course the damage of Blade Storm, which is affected by your combo counter. But what are the weapons that I use? Well, I use the Kompressa. The Kompressa is our damage dealing and also armor stripping weapon. With this weapon we have Corrosive, Viral and Heat, and alongside Cascadia Flare, you can see the build up on screen right now, you're able to do damage and also armor strip enemies fully and, well, increase the damage with Viral. So this in and of itself is a good enough weapon. You can honestly kill level 200 enemies with this without any problem. The good thing about this weapon is when you reach higher levels of 9999, where Blade Storm is pretty good but could give additional buffs, this is where the Kompressa comes in. Because it kills enemies as well and does a lot of damage, it is going to be very, very nice. And my main primer of choice, because the bubbles that it fires just spreads around and almost instantaneously deals 10 stacks or 12 stacks of anything. So very, very good. But the melee weapon is even better. It is the Innodem. Now, the Innodem build that I use looks like this. I do use Covert Lethality, which is going to be very good, and I do recommend you use it as well. The evolutions that we have the first one, of course, that increases our range and attack speed. The second one, Bladed Harmony, is going to increase our attack speed with 25%. Blade Twister, 60% finisher damage. Incarnate Imago, reach 3x combo, and then you can activate the Incarnate form. And Stunning Brutality, you stun enemies in a 10-meter radius. Now, you can use the one where you collect ammo and it increases your combo counter, but with Naramon and Blade Storm, or I guess Rising Storm, you're not gonna need it, because your combo is gonna be at 12x 99.9% of the time. But why? You might be asking yourself, okay, this all seems cool and fine, but you don't seem to have any range on your build. Well, this is where our buddy Nautilus comes in. Now, this is my specific Ashe Nautilus build where we have Guardian and Sacrifice, which is going to be very beneficial, believe me, because sometimes you can get blasted, and sometimes you will die, because as I said, you're invisible, not invincible. So what you need to do is have these 2 mods on here. They're gonna save you a lot of the time. Nautilus with Cordon crowd controls enemies. You're dealing enough statuses and enough damage with your Kompressa to activate Cordon basically every 2 or 3 seconds. But Hellstrom is also the I guess weapon that I use. You saw it probably on the screen. If not, there you go, you can see it now. And now we want to cover the actual Warframe build. How does it function? How am I supposed to play this? Go invisible. So activate smoke screen, go invisible. You're not going to use your first ability. It's only there maybe for a little bit of brief respite, or I guess shield gaining, but you don't really need it. Go invisible, activate your 4th, shoot enemies, and whilst the, I guess, clones are attacking and finishing up the enemies, you can prime them with your Kompressa, and that's basically it. And that is how you kill enemies with this build. It is simple as that. Activate your Incarnate form, of course, of your Innodem, and there you go. Just play around, have fun, assassinate enemies, deal damage, activate Savage Silence, or I guess Silence, and there you go. There's how you have fun with Ashe and kill a lot of enemies. I'm honestly hoping you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little bit longer one. I tried to make it as short as possible, but if you guys did, slapping the like button is going to be very amazing. Comment down below on your thoughts on the build. I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts, and also do subscribe for more content. I try to upload as much as I possibly can. I'm sort of off on vacation now, so I'm very excited. But yeah, love every single one of you guys. This has been the Gaming Weasel, over and out.